To be the 7th player in basketball history to win more than 4 NBA titles following 2 Most Valuable Player awards is an amazing feat. Yes, we're talking about none other than Stephen Curry, who's showing no signs of slowing down this year too. With his incredible gameplay, he keeps breaking records. Oh, and we'll also talk about the current controversies that he's involved in. So, without further ado, let's get straight into it. Starting off with the one who's always on the move. Even though Steph Curry's the GOAT, he's also a magician. No player has ever been able to captivate an entire audience with their on-ball skills while also scaring a defense with their off-ball movements in 76 years of NBA history.
Outstanding defense, better offense.
Different ball handling drills, then shooting from almost any point on the court, Curry does pull off trick shots just for fun. He'll always be able to do deadly crossovers, make quick route changes, and capture parking lot action on camera. Since 8 of every 10 basketball fans are likely focused on the player who's in control of the ball, Curry's fame and brilliance will always be attributed to these obvious qualities. One just can't overlook them.
Steph for the win! Yes, sir!
Everyone in the crowd anticipates being struck speechless when the ball meets up with his fingers. And usually they are. But then they explode in joy as he drills a 35-footer, telling the opposition it's time to go to bed. His mastery of the off-ball dribble and creative scoring has changed the game over the past 10 years. The percentage of screens taken from beyond the arc that results in 3 points now stands at about 39% league-wide. Before the Warriors launched their dynasty in 2013-2014, it was under 26%, with some of the perimeter-happy teams getting as high as 33%. Following that, for the Warriors, it was Steph or failure. Curry's pace is 343s, which ranks 3rd among all players in a single year. He's also in the NBA's record top 10. Curry has started the season on fire almost everywhere he goes. For good reason. He captures the audience's attention with a unique shot creation style and the basic efficacy to warrant the daring attempts. Curry has averaged 31.5 points, 6.6 rebounds, and 6.4 assists in his first 13 games after a spectacular finals performance. Even by his standards, his true shooting percentage of 69.2 is still amazing. The Warriors' offense is 18 points per 100 possessions better when he's on the floor compared to when he's sitting. This might be the second highest differential of his career, only surpassed by the 2016-2017 campaign. The starters for the Warriors played 151 minutes together, which is the 5th most of any starting group in the NBA. They have outscored teams by 24 points per 100 possessions, matching any previous incarnation of the group's dying lineup. The Golden State Warriors, meanwhile, are 6-8 and are unlikely to triumph on the highway. Next up, always on setting the trends. Curry's legacy and generational reach, though, ought to go beyond that. He glides away from the ball so swiftly and effortlessly, it demands a high level of craft, and that's just so powerful. You don't just choose to use the off-ball strategies one morning in the middle of the season. Simply getting better at it requires a spirit of selflessness. A participant needs to be extremely passionate and have a big picture mindset if they want to make it a part of their identity. Point guard setting screens for one another has become fashionable thanks to Curry. He and Nikola Jokic are the key reasons why inverted pick and rolls are becoming popular, with big men learning they can win from creating guard confusion or simply participating in a switch, and they're confident that the opposition won't always have to give. It's time to just snatch it. His creativity on the court and style with which he plays the game is what people adore. In fact, as soon as he retires, Curry must teach 2 masterclasses: how to successfully manipulate a defense while receiving a ball screen, and how to be the perfect scapegoat for your teammates, because there aren't many players that can do that. But for all his greatness, Curry is carrying on a difficult task.
Crossover, Curry. To tie it up! He's got 40!
The toughness of his shoulders is being put to the test this season, as he carries the bulk of the offensive load for a Warriors team that couldn't keep a winning streak. Coming to the next one, he's keeping the ranks up. Let's review the opening moments of 2 of Curry's most admired campaigns for the sake of comparison. He came in 3rd place in the MVP vote in 2021-2022, trailing only Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic. Since 2015-16, it was the closest he had come to winning the award. It's eerie how similar Curry's recent scoring streak is to the start of October-November 2015, which is unsettling because Steph was at the height of his abilities at the age of 27. The effectiveness is comparable, but on a much smaller scale.
Looney, push ahead, Curry, gotta beat Garland, he does! He's at it again.
The most attractive thing may be his 1.56 points per shot this season, which is just slightly below his 2015 average, given how few free throw attempts he makes, not to mention his playing strategies. Curry's ability to finish plays sets him apart from the other guards his age, aside from his shot-making skills. Because of the clear loss in speed and quickness, it's a part of his recreation that most of us assumed would take a step back. But he has made up for every bit of burst that he has lost with strength and experienced intelligence. Curry has changed 81.4% of his attempts on the rim after 13 games, going 35 of 43. Despite some lineups having excellent spacing, he spends a big part of his minutes playing with Draymond Green and Kevin Looney, and he seldom ever overcomes the first line of defense without a much larger body waiting for him across the hoop. He is splitting the two defenders and stepping into the paint for those who laboriously hedge. If they switch, he casually pulls the opposite big man off the dribble and breaches the defense, finally taking the right decisions. Indeed, Curry and the Warriors aren't under a lot of pressure right now. After they retrieved their trophy and laughed at each skeptic, this season needs to be upbeat. But there is one thing you must know. A lot of people don't have Mount Rushmore caliber abilities. A player of Stephen Curry's quality cannot be found by any team, much less have him engaged and signed by 2026, a full 17 years after being selected. They shouldn't be hesitant to do whatever it takes to widen Curry's window and pursue exceptionally longer play runs. They can't just let go of such an incredible player. But before Curry's window closes, let's take a look at the current storm surrounding him and why he was blamed for the big Klay Thompson controversy. Let's look at who started it. The NBA 2K franchise has taken center stage in the basketball community's culture. Millions of devoted NBA fans attend the game to imitate their preferred players and teams. Due to the growth of the esports business, the game has reached new heights over the years. Furthermore, the creative space had a growth that was comparable to the game's spectacular rise. One of the people that divides the community the most is Ronnie 2K, also known as Ronnie Singh. He has changed over time, from being perceived as the company's standard marketing executive to a figurehead of game creation. Well, his reputation has also suffered over the past few years in response to false promises and a lack of accountability. He has received a lot of criticism from fans and other famous players. What's of interest is his current battle with a Warriors veteran that has reached new heights. Now for Blame Game. NBA 2K23, the most recent game in the 2K Sports series, was released earlier this year, and as usual, the game received feedback from everywhere. It's not wrong to say that there's never been a 2K release without an initial reaction and controversy, and NBA stars' outrage at the game and Ronnie 2K, though, have turned the heat. Klay Thompson, a four-time NBA champion and champion of the Golden State Warriors, was furious when he found out his game rating. Thompson fiercely disagreed with the ranking on his three-point shooting rating after the broadcast. Singh takes the brunt of the criticism from the public, even though he isn't in charge of choosing the ratings due to his status as the company's spokesperson. Singh responded to Thompson's fury with a similarly controversial viewpoint that fanned the flames. He gave the reason for Thompson's rating in an interview that's also music to the ears of Stephen Curry. Oops. Singh claims that Thompson's low rating is a byproduct of his teammates' brilliance. Stephen Curry, who holds the title of the greatest shooter, has won the NBA championship 4 times and makes a mind-boggling 99% of his three-point goals. Singh said that he is miles ahead of everyone else to support the 2-time MVP rating. The player named above ranks among the best three-point shooters in the league. Top of the list, and without a doubt the best shooter in the game, is Stephen Curry. Also, he has outgrown his rivals. 3 players, Kevin Durant, Luke Kennard, and Klay Thompson, tied for the next highest three-point rating. Thompson kept expressing his hatred for Singh and the game despite Singh's justifications. Ronnie 2K seems to try hard to win over Thompson. That's all for today's video. What do you guys think of this current controversy that's been going on? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to drop a like and make sure you're subscribed, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.